Hey, Max here, and I got a hot topic to talk to you Star Wars fans about, and it's about the toys again. But this video is going to be about the toy agenda, and is there one? So I want to go deep into that topic, and I want to know your opinions. But first, I want to give the warning. Warning! This video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and a mad Max. And I am mad because the toys, I think half the reason we're in this situation is there's an agenda towards toys. And what Disney and the corporate, the management at Disney and Lucasfilm, the reason they're going this way. This may include spoilers for The Last Jedi and all the saga films we're getting right now. They're killing off OG characters, and there may be an agenda behind it, but they're failing. It's because the characters are old, the action figures are old, and who wants to buy that? So it's not for the strength of the character and what's good for the character. It's because what's on store shelves. Do you want to buy old people action figures? I don't think so. As much as I like the characters, I'd much rather get a young Luke, Han, and Leia than a old General Leia, old Han. Well, the older Luke is still kind of cool, but is that Luke Skywalker? I don't know. But I prepared some images first, and then I'm going to go full rant on this topic because I am mad about it. Because I don't think they're doing it for the strength of the story. And I want to hear your opinions on that too. Okay, get your Rose, Tico, and Holdo action figures. And that's why they're failing. They may have an agenda to get rid of old characters, but the ones that we're replacing with them are just as lame as old people. I'd actually prefer the old action figures than these ones. And what's with that Han? Alden Ehrenreich, he does not make a good-looking Han. He looks like a derpy Han. Han Nolo. A Bizarro Han. Okay, and I also did some episodes in the past about the Forces of Destiny dolls and how they're failing. Now, they're not all canceled now, but these particular ones were canceled. Although, since I made this video, the Padme has re-emerged online, but they're very scattered releases, and there's not any new characters coming out. They had some dolls at Toy Fair, but as far as I could tell, there was stuff that was already announced and should have been out already. So that really tells you they're not going. If they are doing Forces of Destiny still, it's very staggered release, and it's not a full-on campaign, so it's not doing well. And Hasbro's paying big money to do Star Wars toys. Maybe not in the future. This is another video I did, sales down 21%. We'll see what happens next year after, because the only new Star Wars toys that may come out, Rebels is winding down, so the only new figures may be the second and third wave of Last Jedi, which who wants even the first wave, and then Solo, a Star Wars story toys. So let's see how much down in 2018 by the end of the year Star Wars toys are going to be. Rose Tico loves action figures. Kelly Marie Tran, maybe she's the only one that has her Rose Tico action figure. And Bizarro Han, he just doesn't look right. He doesn't even have a neck. I have to look. I should have put a comparison to the actual actor next to the figure. That's the other thing. Harrison Ford has a presence. He has no neck, and he doesn't have the confidence in his stance. Even his action figure. It just doesn't look right to me. Geriatric Wars, a rush to kill off OG characters because old people action figures are lame. And that's another theory. There's lots of theories of why the saga films are going so horribly, but this video is about, is there a toy agenda? And is this driving the story of the saga films and why they're on such a rush to kill off the characters? And that's why they liked Rian Johnson so much, because he killed a lot of them off in The Last Jedi. What do you think will happen with Episode 9 and Solo toys? Are the Solo toys going to sell? I have to admit, I have bias because I don't like the way it's going, but I have to say those Legos look pretty cool. Except for the Chewbacca, he kind of... But that Han and that Lando Lego look really cool. And then the action figure I like is the Stormtrooper. It's different and interesting, but the rest I could pass on. And I am interested to see how Lando fares in the movie. I don't have any hope at all for Han, but I want to see if Lando's good too. And I'm kind of 50-50 on that. But I may actually pick up just the Stormtrooper, because the Stormtrooper's... I don't know. I'm so conflicted right now about Solo. I'm not going to go see it. But those are the ones that look interesting to me. But I think they're going to sit on store shelves too. They're just not cool enough. Alright, now let's get deep into the topic. Star Wars The Last Jedi, Episode 9, Solo, and Star Wars Story toys and the toy agenda. I want to ask all of you viewers, is there a toy agenda? Is the storyline so weak and continuity so bad because they wait for toy sales to come in to make the next story? Is that also why they're reactionary storytelling and they're not that concerned with continuity because they wait to see which toys sell? Are they killing off old characters so they can make new ones and not have to compete with... This is my other theory. The reason they want to kill them off. Besides geriatric old figures, they have to compete with 40 years worth of action figures for the original characters. Are they spinning bold new direction when the direction is an agenda for toy sales and it's failing big time because the new characters are lame? Toy figures and why they are ruining Star Wars. They're a part of it. Big part, I think. The toy industry is another animal. Look what they are doing to toy stores. Toys R Us is in bankruptcy. And something else the general public may not think about is if they are watching a movie that has a story to tell, or is it the story affected by toys? Lots of amazing shows had great stories, were canceled because of low toy sales. And I think this goes a lot into big blockbuster movies and properties. Lots of amazing shows had great stories but were canceled. Young Justice, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Korra, and along with another horrible movie by M. Night Shyamalan. Was Kathy a producer on that one? I'm actually not sure. Comment below if she was. Another reason they're making movies is a reactionary way, and movie studios have to wait to tell the story to see what the toy sales are. McDisney wants to kill off OG characters for many reasons, but one of them, I believe, in my opinion, is toy sales. Luke Skywalker action figures have been an uphill battle to sell you. They have an uphill battle to sell you a figure. They have 40 years of Luke Skywalker action figures on the market in retail shops already and resale shops, and the toys that are already out there are probably more valuable. And based on the way the toy industry is going, they're probably better quality. So toys that are out there for Luke already are much better quality. Plus, you have an older actor that translates to an old geriatric action figure that nobody wants. Even fans of the character, it's a hard sell. Really. Collectors, they want to go for quality and at the prime of the character. They're no longer at the prime. So that's a big reason I think we're getting that. All the shows will tell you that Leia, The Last Jedi, is Carrie Fisher's best performance as Leia. Baloney! She barely had anything to do. My opinion is her scenes in The Force Awakens were stronger. And as much as you love Leia, are you beating down the door to buy a General Leian action figure? No. So Disney more than likely would have to pay a licensing fee for likenesses of old characters from the original actors. Probably contracts held over that George put in place before the Disney sale. Keep in mind, he also had everyone signed on for the new trilogy, so they had to use them. That's another thing. They had to make the new trilogy. They had to use Carrie, Luke, and Harrison Ford for Han because they were already signed on. So, you have an uphill battle placing another Luke Skywalker figure at retail. Why did they kill Snoke? Maybe the toy sales from The Force Awakens came in and Kylo action figures sold the best. Let's not focus on Snoke. Let's not give him a backstory. You know why? Because Kylo was the best sales figures for the new characters. It's probably true. That's why it's become such a Kylo-thon for the new trilogy. He probably sold better than Rey, too. It is micromanaged corporate filmmaking. Not concerned with telling a great story, just what is going to make the most money. They are trying to replace characters, kill them off, so they have younger action figures on toy shelves. If you want new characters, great, but don't ruin the old ones. Include them in a new saga just to destroy them and make a whole movie of setup for the search for Luke Skywalker. Wait 2 years and never see him on film? All these shows for Star Wars and Disney want you to think the approach of Rian Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy is so bold. And if you don't like it, you don't get it. And you can't understand. Don't believe that marketing Disney magic spin. I propose to you viewers that there's a toy agenda. And it's a problem in a lot of blockbuster movies and cartoon, anime, not anime, but properties, Disney, Nickelodeon, all that stuff. It's there. Cartoon Network. They should start with a good story and make awesome toys and merch based on that. But in my opinion, the story comes second. Or in Star Wars case, not at all. To a hidden agenda for replacing characters with younger plastic on toy shelves. And the story group doesn't know how to come up with cool, interesting characters. And they are failing. So they're trying to replace them because they're younger, but it's failing because they're lame. Maybe they could have gotten away with it without anyone noticing if they stayed true to the OG characters and gave them a proper send-off. And we had a passing of the baton to a new wave of cool characters, but they're not. These new ones stink, and it's a massacre for original Star Wars characters. Just look at The Last Jedi. So that's my thoughts on the way. It's just another theory of why we're getting such lame storytelling is because they're concerned. Make Disney with Kathleen Kennedy at the helm want you to buy new characters so they don't have to compete with the great action figures we had in the past because they're already out there. It's an uphill battle and they're going the lame, lazy way, and it's not for the good of the character. It's for the good of plastic on store shelves. That's just my opinion. I want to know your thoughts on this topic. And now I'll get it to the shout out. Zach D, thank you all for all your comments. I really appreciate reading them. I honestly, one of my favorite things to do on this channel is just read comments and respond. And I would love to respond to more. It's just I'm trying to make more videos because I want to talk. So that's what I've been busy doing. I've been trying to make videos. I'm going to try harder to respond to comments, but because I just like to talk movies and I just like to talk Star Wars. But here's Zach D's comment. Just imagine if Princess Leia took Holdo's place when she took out the First Order with a light speed attack. It would have made an amazing end for Leia and would have been heroic. Yes, it would be better, but still, even though the image was cool, it still kind of ruins the previous films because why wouldn't you do that in the past? It takes away all the epicness of the Death Star trench run. Why go through all that when you could just go kamikaze? And what was Rian Johnson's obsession with kamikaze missions in this movie anyway? Holdo, and he tried to do it with Finn. It's like, what are you doing? It's just, I don't get it. Your great point, but I still would have been a fail of a scene to me. You know what would have been... I just thought of this. This would be pretty cool if instead of Luke force projecting him to approach Kylo, what if General Leia went out there where the rest escaped out the back? And that would have really thrown Kylo off his game, and then maybe they could have had a confrontation. So that's another thing I think may have been improved. And then Luke would still be alive. Okay, but thanks for your comment. And this is where I give you the reminder, you don't have to follow me anywhere. All I want from you, Star Wars fans, is to join in the conversation, comment below, and talk about a hot topic. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.